welcome back to the official CABSAT podcast powered by Northtelecom. Joining me here is Manoj Mathew, who is the Director of Studios and Events at Dubai Studios, which is part of Dubai Media, correct?
That is correct.
So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Dubai Media and Dubai Studios before we jump in?
Perfect. My name is Manoj Abraham Mathew. Been in the region for about 3 decades, almost. Always been in the media and entertainment space. Was with Z Network, heading them for this region and the US. And now setting up the Dubai Studios arm for Dubai Media, which is the media network arm for the government of Dubai. So under Dubai Studios, we look at more on the entertainment side than on the public broadcast side. So being a public broadcaster, this would be their first initiative into seriously funding and promoting content into the international market for any consumer, any streaming platforms. So when we look at content, it could be series, it could be movies, it could be documentaries across any language. Phase 1 plans is definitely Arabic.
Obviously, localized. They always say
Absolutely. Taking Arabic stories to the world.
Yeah. All right. So how important is it partnering with regional and international content producers and studios to create value for the audiences?
So 2 parts to our journey here. The most important, of course, is the creation of the local content ecosystem and the local content creators, helping them set up on a larger base, be it in GCC or the MENA region, and figuring out how to take their content into the global world. How do you help them partner with international streaming platforms, studios, and the rest? Yeah. We stand at a good balance of the government with the private. So we are more of an incubation part, but at the same very commercial looking into it. So we add a lot of commercial value to any of the local producers. In terms of international partnerships, we definitely like to get them into the region. They've already been there, quite a lot of them. But we would love to have a local partnership with them, see how they can blend with local stories and also use their expertise to take local stories to the international market.
Okay, great. And what strategies do you have to empower the next generation of content creators and industry professionals?
So one of my key roles is to figure out how to help monetize content and bring in a certain amount of financial discipline into content creation. So what has happened is, we have a lot of very budding, very talented content creators. Some of them have a challenge of raising funds. Some of them have a challenge of creating a business plan to raise the fund. So we kind of help them sometimes co-fund that particular project and, of course, co-own those projects. Yeah. That is one part of our journey. Second is providing them any local support they may need in terms of facilities, right? So partner with other government entities and then take it forward with them. And, of course, probably creating platforms for them so that international production houses, studios see local talent and, use them for varied projects, either as line producers or for their own other productions outside of the country and the region.
Okay, interesting. And how are new technologies like AI and VFX impacting the industry, either positively or negatively? Because I use AI as a marketing professional quite regularly these days. But how is it affecting people in the industry who rely on business from people like me, for example?
So fun fact, for all of us in Dubai, if we really focus on DUBAI, we end off with AI, right? I don't know how many of us have noted that, but there has always been an AI in Dubai.
True.
Right? And for me, the way I look at AI is, we had a session, the opening fireside chat today at CABSAT was on AI. And if we move from the artificial intelligence part to probably, is it an alternative form of intelligence which enables us? The challenge comes when, or the fear comes when we look at it as a disruptor. If we use technology or AI, and I would still call it an alternative form of intelligence coded by human beings, controlled by us, to enable us to do better, either speed up work, and there would be a lot of new avenues coming in where there would be new talent required. So we would need to better scale up ourselves in terms of both technology wise, education wise, and business wise to embrace them better. VFX has always been there. AI will power it even better. It will, I am sure, down the line, AI will definitely help reduce costs. So the $150 million projects which we see, and if you see, quite a lot of large studios over the last 2 years have lost money on these large investments.
Yeah.
AI would surely help reduce cost of these investments and probably speed up to release faster, and then have better monetization returns. See, ultimately, we don't talk about it, but it's always the commercial returns of a project which helps fund the next project, be it a company or be it a project wise, And I think that is what's going to happen. So there would be more pieces of good content coming up and more work created that way.
Okay. Interesting. And the industry has become very competitive, as we can see. What are challenges that you faced, and what are some of the strategies to overcome these challenges in the industry?
Self-education is very important, and probably foreseeing that where we are going at our industry levels as professionals and employees of companies or entrepreneurs, and understanding probable changes of market and trying to hedge your bets, and trying to be a bit of multitasking, and that's what is required for all of us, right? And moving ahead, I mean, me like you started off my career in advertising and in marketing. I had to scale up to understand the content side and to the business side to really move up to where you are. So I think a lot depends upon us, and rather than fear technology, figure out the opportunities which lie in, because technology is going to come, whether we like it or otherwise.
Say by hook or by crook.
Absolutely, it's going to come, right? So let's figure out plans to address it than fear and look at it as if it's a monster. And that's where the challenges come. But when we look at it in a very different perspective, we do see way forwards in that. And I think quite a lot of new opportunities will open up. I mean, look at today, the government here, we've announced, the entire AI plan and the number of opportunities they're looking at coders, which was not there in the previous, generations, So all that would come. A lot of our jobs have been made easier.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, definitely with tools like Grammarly,
absolutely,
feature, it's definitely made my writing a lot easier.
Absolutely. But again, we do always go back to check on what comes there, right? And that needs our creativity. So, I mean, can they become an editor? Yes, but you would need a human intervention and a verification from us, and put it up there, and you get better quality work.
Then, please. That's so true. And finally, what I'd like to ask you is, are there any interesting initiatives that Dubai Media and Dubai Studio are promoting in the near future that we should keep our eyes on?
So Dubai Media has always been a public sector broadcaster, right? And a public service broadcaster, as we call it. Last year, as part of the Arab Media Forum, is when they announced the old plans of certain diversification into the entertainment space, and I lead a particular unit called the Media Ventures, which was set up. So under Media Ventures comes Dubai Studios and Dubai Events. So how could we figure out, create more IPs? And that's where ownership and value is developed. So can we create a content-based economy around it? And can we expand that? So that's one part of it. Second, a very interesting initiative internally is we have set up something called the Dubai Academy. It's the Dubai Media Academy.
I've heard of it.
Yes. So we're working on that. So that particular team looks at both internal and external training for nationals and otherwise, enabling people, interested students, and student can be of any age, right, to understand technology better, use media better, and also understand, with technology, we also have, the right and the wrongs of it. So we also figure out and teach how to safeguard. So, yes, so these are the three initial initiatives which Dubai Media is rolling out.
Well, great. I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very interesting discussion, and I definitely continue discussing topics like this. I'm looking forward to see what Dubai Studios rolls out in the near future.
Absolutely. Exciting times.
So exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you.